You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Hey, you're listening to Adulting with Horses, the best place to be if you can't be at the barn. We are your co-hosts and equine authors, Heather Wallace and Natalie Keller-Reinert. As crazy horse girls, we don't take ourselves too seriously in the saddle or out. We celebrate the things that make us different. Join us as we talk about horses and pop culture and get a little weird in a fun way. Thank you for being a little weird with us. Well, hi, stranger.
Oh my God, who even are you?
I don't even know who I am at this point. It's been a metamorphosis of epic proportions.
Yeah, I like our backgrounds right now. They're very monotone. Mine's kind of blue and yours is kind of yellow, and I think they go together really well.
Yeah, it's literally just my wall.
Yep, mine too.
I've done nothing. We're sitting in my like kitchen dining area right now with boxes of books behind me, and my dog's loose in front of me. So, it's not even remotely a recipe for chaos.
I love it. Actually, Glasgow is in the room with me.
Uh-oh.
He is passed out asleep on one of my pillows, like behind another pillow. So I can just see a little snippet of him. I know that there's a cat in here, and hopefully he decides to go nuts and meow. But he probably won't. He's probably going to sleep till like 6 o'clock, and then I'm going to kick him outside, like go do something.
Well, my dog's created, so like just seconds ago when we were setting up, my 13-year-old dog who just got diagnosed with kidney disease, which really sucks, has been feeling cute on the new diet we put him on. And so he's learned how to open the gate to get upstairs. But he keeps falling down the stairs, so he's not allowed on the stairs. And so he's just a little gremlin. And I mean, we both know that he's my child, so it's clear.
And then that's funny. I actually had a gate opening horse storyline epiphany earlier while I was at the gym, and that's like, as soon as we're done here, I have to go and like write that storyline down really quickly.
Yeah, you better write it down.
I have the notes ready to go.
Well, and it's funny too because like the backyard is set up in two different areas, and there's a gate that closes both of them, but my dogs know how to open gates, right? So I had contractors before in the garage, and I had to tell them, like, okay, listen, I'm going to lock the gate. I'm not locking you in. I'm locking my dogs out. So, like, if you need out, you just let me know. Give me a holler, because otherwise they will be in here with you.
What?
I'm honestly at this point, I'm wondering if I'm like some kind of like Loki god, like just reincarnated.
Yeah. Even the chaotic animals are attracted to you and come to you, and they're like, we cannot be contained.
No.
And falling downstairs.
It's ridiculous. And Bo, who's my like problem child, he's my Anatolian, who's like very territorial. He's been great in the new house. But we have a Doberman next door who's like super nosy, and she is kind of a chaos queen herself. So she just like yaps at them all day long. And he's been largely ignoring her. Well, today she did not like being ignored. So she turned around and attacked her own sister. And Bo just stood there on the other side of the fence going, what the fuck? Like, for the first time.
There wasn't a little triumph there where he was like, look what I made happen.
Well, I'm just glad it was not him that was involved. Because for the first time, usually he's the problem. He was like, look, I'm an angel. I was like, okay.
He has new powers. He can send his trouble into other dogs' minds and go create chaos.
God help us all.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe we should lead off with, hey, we've been gone most of the summer.
Yeah,
for one reason or another. But we think we're back now.
I think we're back. I mean, again, Queens of Chaos, you never know what's going to happen. But I just want to do a shout out to everybody who is like stuck with us and all of our inconsistencies, because this isn't normal for us to be inconsistent. I have had a major life change this like last year, and my divorce is now finalized. I had to move out. I had to uproot like everything that I've had for the last 20 some odd years. So like I really appreciate you guys for sticking with us. And you, Natalie, for putting up with
one
me.
summer of just complete everything about your life had to change very quickly.
Yeah, I've said this in jest, but it is so true. Like I am starting a new chapter. This is
Mm-hmm.
a completely new experience. I've never lived on my own. I've always had roommates or lived with family or my husband. So this is the first ever time I've been living by myself. And I have the kids part-time, so we're adjusting to that as well and like the back and the forth. But I'm excited. It's just, for like 3 weeks straight I was boxes deep. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know where anything was,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
including my
before
bra.
that, you had to like find where all those boxes were going to go, i.e., a new house, like just so much stuff to wedge into a summer. And you've done an incredible job.
Thank you.
Look at
Yeah, you're
you
going to see
sitting
it
here
for
on the other
yourself.
side.
Yeah, well, I closed on the house, the end of the year, so I was able to actually get like the most amazing unicorn situation
Mm-hmm.
where I knew the seller and she was willing to let me like move in early before closing with like a deposit. And I'm just so grateful that I had a safe place to land because otherwise I would be homeless.
Yeah. Barn apartment, tech
Yeah.
room sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm still
Mm-hmm.
on the old mortgage. And so, that paperwork, it takes a long time to unravel 20 some odd years of marriage.
Yes.
And so it was, and my kids are like everyone's adjusting. So,
Yep.
yeah, so I just did not have the bandwidth to sit down and record. And I also didn't have a place to record.
Right. Yeah, because you moved in a couple weeks ago and I thought, great. And you're like, I don't have an office yet. I don't have anything. I don't have furniture. I was like, oh, been there. Understood. Back
Yeah.
off.
I didn't even know where my computer was actually.
That's fair.
No, I didn't. And then I was like, "Oh, are you available?" And you're like, "I'm at Disney again." I'm like, "Okay, totally
Well,
fair."
that was work, just for the
Fair.
record.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not judging you, okay?
To be fair, it
Because
didn't start out as work. It became like work adjacent.
enough to like tax exempt it.
Yeah, of
Awesome.
course.
That's
I
what we need.
sold out of the books that I brought.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I went to a convention called Retro Magic. So if we have anybody else in my Venn diagram of Disney overlapping horses,
I'm sure there's quite a few.
yeah, I've been good friends with the guys who run the Retro WDW podcast since before they started that podcast, and so this year I got to go to their convention. They have every other year at Walt Disney World where we celebrate all things vintage Disney and have Imagineers come and talk. And I was invited to bring my theme park novel, You Must Be This Tall, and sell it in intermissions. And at one point, we had one 15-minute break on Sunday morning, and I had a line, and I sold like 6 copies, like bang, 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 bang. And I didn't have time to go to the bathroom, and I had to hurry back because Tony Baxter was on stage, and you don't want to miss Tony Baxter. And I had to pee so bad that day, let me tell you. The things that we sacrifice.
Yeah, it's like let's sell some books, or maybe we'll go and get a snack. I don't know, either one, right?
No, there's no people brought me food, which was great.
You're that level of celebrity now, Natalie.
It was, I mean, there were people that I didn't really know that were like, we will take care of you. We will bring you food. I was like, oh my God, thank you.
Saying.
It was really nice. It was nice to be able to give back to that fan community. It made me think a lot about how we're fans, like horses are a fandom, and how much better life is when you're a fan of something, which because you're in a few fandoms yourself, I think. And it's just be that sense of belonging and excitement about something. It's such a positive experience, and I've been doing a lot of thinking about fandom lately.
Well,
But I think horse fandom, we don't usually call it that, and I think
but it is, and I think that's why it becomes a personality trait for some people. So,
yeah,
I've been the queen of going to live music by myself for the last
yeah.
2 years. Well, I finally, I mentioned this briefly. I'm wearing like a Sleep Token sweatshirt, and if you know, like it's a new metal kind of alternative metal band, but they came to the United States, and so I immediately bought tickets, and then I wore a ball gown to the concert, but it was like the fandom there. It's a true community because they like trade trinkets, and there's like all these. It's so crazy, and I love it to death. I
Oh, it's
wouldn't
the
say I'm.
best.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm part of the cult itself, like the whole, but I love it. Like I'm into it. Let's go.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
I enjoyed being part of it, even for one night. But I think it's
Yeah,
important for us to feel like we're part of something.
I think I agree with that. I think that it's really good for our psyches. I think it makes us better people. And I think we need more horsey things like that. Um, where like we go to horse shows and they're very individual, where we're taking care of ourselves and we're worrying about ourselves. Uh, what's an event where we can like hang out with horse people and bring trinkets? I mean, I guess Equine Affair
I mean, that's
sort
what
of
we do.
falls. Yeah, that sort of falls into that category. It's definitely easier to be a fan of horses without the horses around because you
Yeah.
don't have to babysit them.
Well, if you're not in charge of the horses, right? Like you can
Yeah.
go and fawn all over them and be like, I think Equine Affair is a great example, or like one of the horse expos, like World Horse Expo or Western States. I think if you're not participating and doing a clinic, it's fun to go around and shop and meet all the brands and meet other people. But
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be honest, I find that a lot of people in the horse community that we're so insular. Like we've got our own little cliques. Like we're very cliquey.
Yeah.
And I hate that about us.
Yeah, I think that's true. It gets so philosophical. At a certain point, it's like, do you do horses the way I do horses?
Right.
And do you turn out the way I turn out? And do you use bits the way I use bits? And
But
it's just,
even as simple as like, well, are you Western? Oh, I'm English. Sorry.
that is a big issue.
And I tell people like, well, we all love horses, right? So like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we might not have that much in common, but like you listen to different music than I do, and we're still friends.
Mm-hmm. We manage somehow. I don't know.
Somehow we figure it out. But I think we need to bring a little bit more fun and less seriousness to the horse world. Like maybe we should start an Equine Affair. We've been working on swag for our booth that we're going to have. Maybe we need to work on something that like people, like encouraging people to make something of their own and bringing it. And then we all switch.
That's a really fun idea. I
Like
don't
friendship
know.
bracelets or something.
Yeah, I guess that's one place to start. It's easy to get the stuff to make friendship bracelets.
Yeah.
And we can keep it well, to a certain extent, non-discipline, you know?
Well, it could literally just be like, I mean, we have like the adulting stickers, right?
Yeah.
But like, couldn't we just have, and I don't mean us particularly, like, I mean, I'm happy to start the trend, but like, adulting bracelets, like saying something like I adult with horses or whatever, and like different
Mhm.
colors and different styles. And then somebody else might have something like they like to have a cricket machine and maybe they want to make t-shirts. And then maybe
Yep.
someone else, and then, do like exchanges or swaps.
I love that.
It's a cute idea. And we do
Yeah, more
this,
community,
right, more community over like, like clickiness.
competitiveness. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because like I did not tell you this because I haven't seen you. Because I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of the clickiness, and I'm going to tell
Sure.
you why. Because I have a nemesis. I did not tell you, but I went to Saratoga horse shows, and there was this woman who pissed me off so much that she is now my nemesis. She doesn't know it, but she and we have beef.
That's great.
I have her on video, like not on purpose. Like I was okay. So short-ish version because I do my best. She was a trainer and she was like schooling multiple horses in draw and side reins for
Ooh.
more than 45 minutes apiece. All of them, regardless of the type of horse. This is what she did.
You can't see me, guys, but I'm eye rolling really hard.
Yeah, and it was, I'm thinking to myself, I did judge, and I was like, wow, if this is how you have to school every single horse, then like maybe you can't ride. Just saying.
Just a thought.
Just a thought, like, a less is more a little bit here, right? And then she cut off my daughter my daughter was cantering around the outside. The woman walked into the schooling arena directly in front of my daughter who was cantering and cut her off.
Oh my God.
Okay, my daughter's 14 years old. All
On a
right?
one-eyed horse.
On a one-eyed horse, and she came in on the blind side. Okay. My daughter was fine, but I was like, what the actual? And
Yeah.
it gets worse. So I said something to her and I said, excuse me. I said, I'm just so sorry, but like, you're really lucky that they didn't come off or he didn't kick you because he can't see on that side. So like next time, could you maybe wait till they pass? And I was very nice, but
Mhm.
I mean, what the fuck? And then later she made it her mission. She tried to run my daughter off of the walkway when my
Oh my
daughter was
God.
cooling out her horse, like an entirely different place. She ran her out into the grass off the road. And then as I'm filming my daughter in her show, she looks at me and she directs her horse directly in front of me videotaping.
What? What? What?
A whore. She is a
What?
fucking whore. And I consider myself a pretty nice person until I'm not. It took every ounce in me to not be that bitch. Okay.
Can we just confirm
what
for
the
the
fuck?
audience that this was a hunter show?
It was a hunter show.
Yeah. What
And
is going on, hunters? Pull
like-
yourselves together.
What the actual fuck?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, and she's a grown-ass woman. She must have been in her 30s at least. And I'm sitting there, and so I have it on video. She walks past me, and you see just this horse go in front of me, and then you see my finger following her with the middle finger. Just following her, because I was not about to ruin my daughter's ride for this, C-word shaped thing.
That is deeply disturbing that there are adults out there acting like that. Just like really disturbing because they have no self-control and no like ability to behave like adults. So how does that affect their whole everyone that they come into contact
by that
with?
person, right?
The whole barn, but like people at the grocery store, like at a 4-way stop, like you're not safe from this person. This person is a sociopath.
Well, and I think, and she did. She looked straight at me and went straight in through, and I swear I saw a smirk. And the thing is like I can be the bigger person, but I was like, oh, I'm talking about this bitch because this is the type of person who gives hunter riders a bad name because there were so many other people out there who were so nice, who were so great, who were complimenting each other, who were supporting each other. You know, my daughter's horse did have a tough time. He bolted and because the water trucks were coming by chasing him and he flipped out and, people stopped riding. They waited for him. Like everything was really good. But like this one, see you next Tuesday, just really put a bad taste in my mouth. And I felt bad because like my daughter, this is her first ever offsite, like go away show. This was her first experience. And she really got to see.
Somebody had it in for her the whole time. An adult woman had it in for her the entire time.
Right.
At her first circuit show.
And all because I had the gall to say, oh, I'm really glad my horse didn't kick you because you came in right on his ass and you cut them off.
Yeah. Someone take it out on this child. Yeah. Because you embarrassed her.
Right. Because I called her out publicly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just me and her, but still.
She could have been wrong in front of somebody.
How dare she?
Like, she made a stupid move. What if somebody that pays her saw her do that? Probably not, because they would have been warming up their own horses.
Well, and she's the kind of person who, if something did go wrong, she would have blamed my child.
Right.
Like, it's just poor form. If you're coming into the schooling arena, you wait until the horse is passed and then you enter. Like, it's just,
what is she teaching her students?
Yeah. And so it was horrendous, but I have now a nemesis and I really am afraid for her because karma likes me now. Because now I'm in a really good place. I'm in a safe house and I refrained from, physical assault. And, but I do feel like energetically, like that woman is doomed. Just so bad.
Yeah, she doesn't know what she's up against. The universe has teamed up with you for a while now, and I don't really see that changing anytime soon.
Everybody who tries to ruin me, they get ruined. So, yeah, I mean, I feel bad for her.
It's crazy people. I need people to stop paying crazy people because I need the crazy people to not be at the shows giving everyone a bad name. I shouldn't shake my head and say, oh, hunter people, because I know so many amazing hunter people. Right. And the only reason I don't ride hunters is because I get incredibly bored. That's on me. That is a personal thing. I'm just like, I can't just keep jumping the same jumps over and over again. I'm going to die. And that I'm not special because I don't jump anything at all right now. So that I'm not like better than anybody. It's just my personal preference. But like, everybody's so nice that I know that does hunters. So for like allowing one person to be such a psycho that I go, oh, hunters, come on, stop paying these people.
But it's like you knew exactly who I was talking about. It was a hunter show. Yeah. Right? It's like some of these people really just believe their own hype. And it's, I mean, and I, at no point was I like, going to confront her and be like, do you know who my kid is or whatever? Because like my kid's nobody. We're all the same. We're all just trying to do our best with the horses. Right. And
you should be like, oh, I have a podcast. I want to give you a shout out. Can I get your card?
Yeah, right. But like, yeah, I mean, if it was a real dick, I would have gotten her barn name and I would have tattooed it across my forehead right now. But but I'm not that petty. Okay. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks when there's people like that. So I want to this is a long shot, but I just want to get rid of that clickiness, and I
Yeah.
just want to open it up and make it more of a community because, like, yeah, sure, we're opinionated. We're all gonna have opinions, but like, we don't have to be a shithead about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going for the opposite move where we just like other fandoms or groups of weird people, we embrace how weird we are. We accept that we're not the norm. We are grateful that we're not the norm and that we're doing things that other people think are really, really strange and huge wastes of money. Let's just like embrace that as hard
Yes.
as we can and just go weird, go unhinged, just love your community and don't worry about the normal people. They're not important.
Yes, embrace the weird horse girl aesthetic.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, I don't want to hear a single, like, oh, I've seen people say, like, oh, horse girl is an insult. I'm like, not anymore.
No.
People wish they could be horse girls.
Well, it's funny too because my daughter is just a freshman in high school, and she gets embarrassed wearing her show clothes to like the grocery store or things like that. And I know you've posted about this. Like,
Yeah.
that's the most expensive outfit that anybody has put on in a grocery store.
You're
Okay?
wearing $300 worth of clothes. And somebody pointed out to me, she was like, oh, add your hat
Add
and
the
your show
boots.
coat and your boots. I'm like, no, because then we're starting to talk about four figures and I don't want to consider that much money has been spent on clothes. Like, that's
Well,
horrifying.
it's funny. So I had a dog show. So this is how the opposite I am. I'm living my life to show my daughter it's okay to wear these clothes, because I had a dog show yesterday, and the theme was like 1930s, like Rockefeller, Vanderbilt, right? Because they started the dog show, so
Hmm.
everyone's wearing like fox hunting gear, flapper dresses,
Oh
like
my God,
all
it's
this.
fun.
So what do? I pull out my show clothes I haven't worn in a year, put on my Ariats, leather them up, and put on my little fedora, and I walk out and be like, my outfit is actually not a costume. This is something that like we wear on the regular basis. And it's just funny because like I don't wear it to a horse show, but sure, I'll wear it to a dog show.
I love that. We're at a dog show. We're going to cosplay as Rockefellers at the dog show. That's great.
Yeah, it's like an homage to the people who started it. So,
Hmm.
it's a fun thing, but like, and people are like, "Oh my God, I love your outfit." I'm like, "Thanks. It's from my closet." Like,
Thanks. I haven't cleaned it since my last horse show.
I mean, you know, real. So yeah,
Yeah.
but it's funny because like my daughter won't even go to the grocery store. I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to a televised dog event and wear my clothes and whatever."
Yeah, I
So,
don't
but
know. My regular clothes are just messes. Like my horse clothes are nice.
100%. I'm
If I
wearing
go to the grocery
sweatpants.
store, yeah, if I go to the grocery store in my regular clothes, I look like a schlub. I'm
Right.
like, oh my God, that
Hobo
girl can't.
Heather.
Yeah, exactly. If
Yeah.
I go in riding clothes, I look put together and expensive.
You look like you tried.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Everything matches. It's great.
Well, I can't guarantee my socks will match, but yeah, the idea of it, generally speaking, like I'm color coordinated and I actually
Mm-hmm.
look, like I showered that day. Whereas now, even though I'm clean, I look like an absolute slob, but I'm comfortable. So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter as long what you wear, as long as you're comfortable. Like I even did this about in the saddle. Like a lot of times I just ride in jeans and a t-shirt unless
Mm-hmm.
I'm showing, like who cares? Right?
Yeah, what you ride in should be about comfort and safety. Like
Yeah.
since I started riding again, I've only ridden in full seats, and that's about safety.
Yes, it is.
So, so those and I wear sun shirts because I don't want to get the sun on my skin. So it's not necessarily a fashion statement. It's just like those are safety statements. I don't want to fall off, and I don't want the sun to ever touch me ever. So,
Yeah.
you know.
No skin cancer, and then their
Mhm.
SPF. And, I mean, fishing shirts are not as attractive, so that's for sure.
They're not. That's the thing. Like the riding shirts just plain look better,
Yeah,
and I can unzip it when I'm done, and it's a little cooling effect and stuff like that. It's got the mesh underneath. I bought a plain like sort of shirt to wear like if I go kayaking or something from Colombia, and it just doesn't look nice on. It's the
yeah,
same material pretty much. It's a 50 SPF or whatever UV blocker like my sun shirts are, but it just kind of looks like crap on. Like, okay. That's weird.
Well, they're
There's no.
usually not as fitted, right? So
Yeah.
like I've noticed that a lot of the endurance riders will ride with the fishing shirts because they're less fitted, and so there's more airflow and it's cooler for them long term. Whereas like
Hmm.
if you're going to ride for an hour or two, like a sun shirt's fine, like an
Yeah.
equestrian.
Yeah, they're just like long sleeve tees
Yeah.
almost. It's like I look very floppy.
So for me, I always feel like my love handles are popping out, in a sun
Hmm.
shirt because it's such a
They are.
like a thin. Yeah, they. Oh no, they really are. But
They are. But they are on everybody, so I don't worry about it.
well, that is true. And I guess I mean I've lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Um, like a,
You're
a
much
six.
thinner than me now.
Yeah, I got down to my like post pregnancy weight. Like I'm down to what I was like around the same time I got married. So, and I'm hoping to stay here. I'm not looking to lose any. But it's so funny because like in your mind you're still thinking like, oh, but my love handles. But I'm like, but they're nothing. Like there's nothing compared to what they were a year ago. So you just still have this like body dysmorphia. Where I feel most comfortable in baggy clothes.
I still think I'm much thinner than I am. I never really I never really figured out being thicker. But it's good now. I'm starting to get into breeches that I bought like back before the pandemic, and then I quit riding, and then I gained all the pandemic weight and stuff, and I'm starting to get into those breeches. So it's only taken 2 years of going to the gym and watching what I eat. You can do it too. It just takes
Yeah,
years and years and years and years and years and years and years.
it's a commitment.
Yep.
But so is horses.
Mm-hmm.
If
It's
we're going
all
to
a
be
commitment. Everything we do
yeah.
sucks.
Well, my
Layers and
problem is
layers
I'm a
of
hyper
lists.
fixator. So it's like
Yeah.
I'll go 1,000% on one thing and I'll be like, "Oh, squirrel." And then, I'm off to something else.
Mm-hmm. That's for me with revising a book. I don't like to get out of it because I'm trying to stay in the voice.
Yeah.
Well, all I've been doing for the past 18 months is revising books. And so a lot of stuff has gone by the wayside. And just like trying to now the days are a little shorter and that just throws me completely. Like I can't fit everything in. Oh my God, I lost an hour of daylight. What am I gonna do? And we're prepping for Equine Affaire.
Hmm.
And even I gave myself a task a day for the next 10 days because the list was freaking me out. Like
It gets
making a list
overwhelming.
made it so much more horrifying.
Well, because you get paralyzed being like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
have this much to do." And so I'll just worry about it tomorrow. And then the list gets bigger.
Yep.
So
Yep. It's pretty bad. And my brain wants to keep revising. Like that's all I've done. Literally for 18 months. I haven't written anything new since early 2024. And there's nothing new in sight.
which
And
is kind of a record for
well, that's
you.
not true. I wrote The Jump,
Yeah.
but that was one thing out of 10. It is
Well,
a
you're
record.
usually writing like 3 to 4 books at a time. So, I mean, I
Well,
think
at least like, one or two new things and then revising something,
right.
so that I always had something coming out every few months. And so, yeah, this has been a completely different shift for me. And I just want to do the one thing. And it's made it really hard for me to multitask and think about doing anything else at all.
I mean, you're literally describing like the whole reason I disappeared during my divorce.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to keep swimming, right?
Hmm.
And like I could only focus on the thing in front of me and it took priority. So I didn't write any new books and I didn't focus on the podcast so much. And I was even barely getting by with the clients that I had for the bodywork stuff. So I had all these ideas and things and I was just like, it's all going to be pause, pause, pause,
Yeah.
pause. Because it's hard. But I do feel like we're coming out of this cocoon. I'm coming out of hermit season, which is usually in the winter, but it's for like a year. And I think Equine Affair is going to be so much fun because I don't know, did we announce this yet? I mean, like we have our own booth this year.
Yeah, we've barely touched it because we haven't even really done much on social media. But yeah, we'll be in one place, just us, for 4 days.
God help the Better Living Center.
Yeah, and it won't be like, before we've always done the bookstore with Taberton Equine Books, and that's been an incredible partnership.
Yes.
But our good friend is not going to have the bookstore there this year, and so we said, let's go. Let's do an adulting with horses booth. And so we are developing a really cute setup so that people can come and hang out with us. It's not going to be just a shopping experience or whatever. Come and chill.
Come and
Come,
chill. hopefully we'll be recording at some point,
Mhm.
little bits. And then we'll also have maybe some guest appearances. We'll also
Yep.
have our books that we'll sign, some swag that we're making specifically for the event.
Yeah, like dated Equine Affaire stuff. We haven't quite nailed down exactly what we want to do, but we'll
Well,
talk
yeah.
to.
We also don't want to ruin the surprise,
Yeah.
right? It'll be
So
limited edition.
surprise items. Mhm.
Yeah, and then I think because Trafalgar Square Books, it's under new management, so we're going to be taking over. They've gifted us the power of their happy hours.
That's right.
So
If you
we'll be
want cheap
doing
wine,
solo
it now
cup
falls it's on us.
and warm wine. You're
Mhm.
welcome.
Yeah. Oh, I do have that I have that Yeti cooler that I won at Retired Racehorse a couple years ago.
You'll have to haul that up in.
I
Are you
will.
going to do that on the flight? How are you going to do that?
I don't know.
So warm wine it is.
Warm wine. We can't wait.
No, it'll be fun. And if we know Natalie, she'll have a stash of vodka somewhere.
Shh, that's just for Natalie. I'm a little concerned about giving out hard liquor.
No, it's probably for the best. Y'all be
Yeah.
driving. So yeah, so I think we'll do like some red and white wine, and we'll just have like every day at like 5 o'clock. We'll do
Mhm.
a little wine and relax, chill time, so everybody can pop on by. We'll be in the Better Living Center. Do you remember what row we're in? It's like
Uh
700.
I think we're I think we're in 610, aren't
Okay.
we? Which is like right next to Botori.
Oh, nice.
Didn't we decide to do that one?
Yeah,
I don't
I think you're
remember.
right. I think you're right. So we'll be in the
Yeah.
same row as our friends at Batori.
Yeah, right in the middle. It'll be a really nice location.
So
I
I
don't
could
remember
do
where it
some
is, but yeah.
shopping that I'm not supposed to do.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and yeah, that's one thing I'm not allowed to do, guys, because I have a new house. It's
Yeah.
smaller. And the only thing still in my storage pod is the unholy amount of clothes that I didn't realize I had until I started packing them. So wait. So most of you guys know. So anybody who's followed the Timid Writer, you all know I have like a fetish for hats and accessories. Okay, like, and I'm always wearing a hat. Well, I've since found out that my closets, plural, cannot hold and contain these. So I have a walk-in closet and a 6-foot closet. I had to buy something special to hang the hats on. I have, are you ready for it? 21 fedoras,
Oh my god.
a newsy cap, and 22 baseball caps. What the actual?
Is your newsy cap one size? I'll take it.
Oh, I just got that in Scotland. It's mine.
Oh,
You're not
shit.
taking it. Nice try, though.
Oh, I can buy one in Ireland next month.
Yes.
Never mind. Never
Yeah,
mind. I'm good.
absolutely.
I'm
So
putting
yeah,
that on my list.
so
That's what I need.
I'm on a freeze because I am now in the declutter and detox phase of the move where I'm like, well, I haven't seen this since February when I initially packed it. I probably don't need it.
I mean, probably. I got rid of a lot of stuff this summer too.
Did you?
So I feel you. Yeah, I couldn't close my drawers and I had so much stuff that I don't it was all rubbish. It
Right.
was all like, well, this might come in handy kind of junk. I didn't have anything nice. So I just bagged it and I don't even know where it is now. It might have gone to Goodwill, might not have. It might be somewhere in
Some
my
of my
house.
stuff is going to go to Goodwill, and then I am heavily considering doing a closet sale. Like, I'm heavily considering doing some kind of consignment or some closet sale because I got some nice stuff. And like, I don't
I
know
put
if you know
some
that.
purses on eBay and sold them very quickly.
Yeah, but then you have to ship it, which is like
Yeah,
annoying.
you just mark it in. I have an easy post office because I live in the country.
That's
so I don't
true.
mind going to the post office.
But like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow your mind right now and tell you that like, in this last couple weeks, I've been wearing a lot of one particular item. And there are different items, but I'm in my ball gown era.
Of course
And
you
so I went to Scotland. I had 2 different ball gowns for the photo shoot. And then I went last year to the Halloween ball in Salem. I have a ball gown from that, which I happened to wear to a concert the other night. And then I have another ball gown that I wore to Phantom of the Opera. So I have like 4 or 5 ball gowns.
Okay.
I have never been to a ball.
I feel like your whole life is a ball.
I'm literally, well, on Saturday, I'm going to the Asbury Park Zombie Walk and like a Edgar Allan Poe speakeasy event. So I'm going to pull out a ball gown for that. But
Yeah.
it's like it's when you open yourself to the opportunity, there's a lot of places you can wear a ball gown to. But like, I have a problem.
The great thing about you're like, where can I wear my ball gown? And you're finding these locations is that I, this summer, bought a sundress with lemons on it. And I have found so many places to wear my sundress with lemons on it, the literal opposite of your ball gown.
It's so cute, though.
It is cute. In fact, a woman in Park Slope was like, "Look at your ball gown, your lemon dress.
She's
Look
like,
at
I
your
like
lemon
your
dress."
lemons.
And I was like, "Thank you so much. I love it." And she was like, she said something that she was like, "I'll buy it from you right now." And I was like, "So I should just take off my dress?" I was like, "I am wearing shorts under it." It was just a, happy hour Park Slope
Such
kind
a
of
New York
conversation.
conversation.
It was hilarious. They were so sweet.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
go
went to
ahead.
New York twice this summer.
I know, and I still didn't see you.
And I didn't see you. It was cold the first time and hot the second time.
Well, it's funny because I found that when you wear a ball gown, you achieve two things. One, your confidence
Terrify your
level
enemies.
just absolutely increases, right? Because you are the moment, right?
Yeah.
Like you are there. And every time I wear a ball gown, this is the phenomenon is all the ladies compliment you and all the men are too scared to talk to you. It's a win-win.
What if we had a ball gown happy hour?
Amazing. Amazing.
I mean, is it something you could change into in the bathroom to Equine Affaire?
Listen,
Because I don't think it would be good for all day. That building's cold.
well, the nice thing is ball gowns are warm. Probably too warm. But I did get undressed from the corset one that I wore in like my Scotland outfit in a cafe bathroom while it was wet. It took me like a good 30 minutes and I was sweating like a fucking racehorse because I forgot it was a corset and I was like, I can't walk out with my tits out, right? Like I can't ask for help here. But yes, some ball gowns you absolutely can do on your own. And I have done on my own. It just is a little tricky in an enclosed space. But yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, I will hands down bring a happy hour evening gown every night of Equine Affair.
Oh, well, I don't have any. I could sort of consider maybe looking into one.
You want to do that maybe for like Friday night or Saturday night? We'll do a theme night.
Do a dressy theme night.
Yeah, and it could be get dressed up. Like
I'm so unwilling to commit to this right now. I'm like,
it was your idea, so I don't know.
I'm so sorry I said anything. Yeah, you just adding to my list, and I'm like,
I don't know how you'll actually ship that on a plane because I will tell you, my one ball gown, I vacuum sealed it coming back from Scotland, and it exploded my suitcase. So,
oh yeah,
I had to get a whole new suitcase for that. So you
oh
have
my
to
god,
oh no,
that'd be bad. This is a new suitcase that I just purchased.
It was terrible. So I try to keep the ball gowns to like local travel.
Maybe we'll work on like friendship bracelets or something.
Yeah, I think that's
start.
probably more manageable for everyone.
And then we'll see what happens down the road. Yeah.
Listen, I don't mind, but I would be shocked if other people just had ball gowns in their closet. I mean, again, happy to start something here.
Mm-hmm.
Will you wear it again? Who knows? But that's part of the fun of it, right? Like I
feel
want dinner out.
We all want them, right? Like there's no woman that's not looked at, you watch Ever After or something 50 times and you're like, I wish I had a sparkly dress. Where would I wear it? Well, we have to make safe spaces where you can wear sparkly dresses.
I will be happy to
just
make
go
that
for
safe space for people. I mean, literally, I'll have to post the photo because I took the same dress. I'm an absolute fucking unit. So last year I bought this gorgeous, like rust-colored butterfly ball gown for the Salem ball at Salem. And then I lost all this weight and I was lamenting not being able to wear it. So I gave that gown away and I bought another one 3 sizes smaller. The same dress. Because I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my favorite. It's my color. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It is definitely. I'm an autumn, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is the time of year to wear it, right? And I do feel like I'm in my butterfly era because, I'm like completely I had to go in the cocoon for a little bit and completely get my guts ripped out in order to come out better.
You had to turn to mush and then regrow all of your organs.
That's what a divorce feels like, if anybody's
Oh,
wondering.
God.
And I actually had a relatively easy one.
Mhm.
So yeah, but yeah, so anyway, I think we need to do something to like unite our community, whether that's friendship bracelets, buttons, stickers, whatever. I love the idea. Like, you know how like Jeep people have the little ducks?
Yes.
We need to have something.
Yes. I have thought about I like buttons, frankly.
Yeah.
Like little badges, and I've done them before. They're pretty easy to have made,
Yeah.
and I think that might be some place to start is if we all have badges and you put it on your backpack or
Back on your
stick it
denim
on your
jacket,
hat. Hmm?
like 80s, 90s style, put on your denim jackets, like flare.
Yes. Which we all have denim jackets. If you don't have a denim jacket, go get one. They're so comfy.
Mhm.
Uh yeah. I think that might be a great place to start. And if you want to bring them and swap them,
Awesome.
wouldn't that be fun?
We should do a button
Mm.
swap. See, that's a little
We should
easier
do a
than a
button
ball
swap.
gown
Yeah.
event, I think.
Yeah, it's way more my speed. Because I've been collecting buttons since I was 4, and I actually I have my button string still that like it's a big sash, and I've got like vintage SeaWorld buttons and all kinds of stuff that I got when you could buy those. We used to be able, used to be
Yeah,
able
you
to
used
buy
to
them like
collect them, like
yeah.
stickers. Yeah,
And they was stuff I have like my book it button with the little stars on it for earning my pizzas and all of those.
that's awesome, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, buttons are amazing.
I know.
Let's
I
do
have a
that.
whole bunch of Be Bold buttons. What we don't have is the adulting buttons, so we should probably come up with those. Like we can get
Yeah,
those made, I think, for
we
Equine
can
Affair.
get that done
That's
real
easy
easy.
peasy. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we should do that. So yeah, so if you guys are going to be at Equine Affair Massachusetts in November, stop by our booth. Let's do a button swap. Maybe hang out with us, do a little happy hour. If you have a ball gown, I will literally give you like a drink for free. Like, well, it's gonna be free anyway, but it'll be extra free. I'll give you 2 drinks.
There you go. Yeah, 2 drinks.
You know,
It's like a
I'm like,
$3 value.
I wasn't gonna charge people anyway, but
Can you imagine charging for drinks? I think Equine Affair might have a problem with that.
no, I don't have a liquor license, just to be clear.
Yeah, and
So
they have a bar of like $15 cocktails up at the front of the room, but it's fine.
we're just sharing with friends, guys. It's super secret. Don't tell anybody. Shh.
Oh. La 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 la. So I said no hard alcohol.
Yeah, we don't want to get in trouble with the boss,
Mm.
meaning the biggie. But yeah, so like just something fun with friends. But I'm just so happy to be back and to be talking to you because I did miss your face.
I know, my face. Who wouldn't miss this face?
I know it's
The
adorable.
face only a pony could love.
Does Ben really love it, or is he more like, "Where's my treat"?
I don't ask why. All right. He whinnies when he sees me. If I give him
Oh,
treats 99% of the time, I have to tell you, we've been working on duration standing. So like instead of haltering him and tying him, I bring him up to a mat. I have him stand on the mat and I click and treat as he stands on the mat while I'm grooming. And the pleasure I get out of giving my little like sea lion his treats for standing still instead of tying him up is just immeasurable. It makes me so happy. Corey's been outside working a lot because the weather's cooled off, and I'll be like, look at my pony. He doesn't need tied. He stands. And my pony's turning around like, where's my next treat? Where's my next treat? I'm like, look, he's like a little sea lion. I'm at SeaWorld.
isn't Liberty training like the best?
It so is. And it's taken me a really long time to sort of catch on and get to this point. And I'm really not anywhere besides like, it started out with like just turn your head away to get a treat kind of
Mhm,
thing so that I wasn't getting mugged. And
mhm.
that really worked. And then it was touch my hand. And then it's touch a target. And then it's like touch the target when it's over there. And now it's stand still and let me groom and saddle and bathe you. It's just little layers you don't really notice. And then when you list it off, you're like, oh, my horse does a lot of stuff for me without being made to do any of it.
Yeah,
That's
they
really
offer the
cool.
behaviors.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think you look back and you're like, wow, I accomplished more than I thought. I mean, I think that's like with
Mhm.
anything, right? Like when you put all the pieces together, you're like, wow, I did a lot more than I thought,
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah.
now you
And
know what I have to do? I have to actually get my ass back in the saddle. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna be
so
so
I
sore.
started riding again. Like I took off all July, all of August.
It's too hot,
Because July I had my mouth surgery
right?
and I couldn't be jostled and it took a really long time to heal. And I was afraid that didn't even handle Ben because I was like, if he just thunks me with his head, it's gonna open something up and there's gonna be blood everywhere. So I stayed away from him for like 2 weeks. And then I took off August because it was too humid and too hot. It was a layer above anything I was used to. So yay, climate change. And then I started up again a little bit, like 3 days a week I've been riding pretty much since September. I cantered for the first time last week, and I was nervous
Yeah.
because the last time I cantered was the time he dumped me. And then I
Oh,
didn't get on again after that because I had surgery like the day after, 2 days later.
yeah.
And so it was hilarious how nervous I was. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to canter and please don't do anything stupid. Ben's like, okay, I'm cantering. Like he was his normal self. And I guess
Yeah.
the hard part was that I never really pinned down why he dumped me. I just
Well,
had
you
some
said he wasn't
ideas.
like stretched out. Like that's what you felt like he wasn't warmed
Right?
up
Like I
enough.
have some feelings,
Right.
but I don't have like a definitive, this is what happened that led to this point where he chose to behave in this way. I didn't
And you
really
might not
have
ever really know.
exactly. I won't. I'll never know. Um, because he was his usual self the other day when I cantered, like, okay. So all right, so we did that. Um,
Well, that's
but
good.
it's good. And but it's one of those things where it was like I cantered and then I had to go away for 3 days because I had the convention and then I couldn't ride the day before that and there's just so many things layering up and these riding breaks are they're just part of it. You just
I think they're part of
take
just
them.
having horses as an adult because
They are.
we're just, like we're as adults, we have responsibilities and horses
Mhm.
are just part of them. But, my barn moved double the distance away. And
Yeah.
then, Wallow is getting divorced. And then, um, I hadn't ridden since we moved. And then I was like, I can't be rushed
Yeah.
because, then Ferris and I are going to set ourselves up for failure in the new place. And then, I'm moving and unpacking and all this stuff. So it's like every time I think I have a free moment, I don't really.
Yes. Yeah, you always think you're gonna have some space to wedge in and you go, maybe I'll accomplish this or maybe I'll get through that or maybe I'll ride 4 days this week instead of three. And there's just too much else going on. And you're just like, oh, I I can have a career or I can have a show calendar, but it really looks less and less like I can have both. And it's just
It's hard. I was talking to a client of mine. She's like a video tech, like she just finished working on a movie in Brooklyn. And I'm not going to give out the info because I don't know if I'm supposed to. But she's like, I only see my horse on Saturdays and Sundays. And then if we're filming, I don't see them at all. And I
yeah.
was like, you know what? I think that we need to normalize that a little bit more because there's so much pressure to be like, you have horses, you need to earn them, you need to be with them. And you know what? This is why I have a full board. This is why I have
Mhm.
a stable that I know is taking care of the horses because like I'm physically just not able to put enough balls in the air. Like I have 3 kids with activities, 3 dogs, 2 of which are seniors and have health issues, and like a whole bunch of other stuff. Plus, I have clients texting me nonstop being like, "Oh, I really want to ride this weekend. Can you fix my saddle now?" I'm like, "I got a 3-week wait. Like I have 3 weeks to get on my schedule." And like the fact that you want me there in 2 days, like I want to laugh, but like I also want to cry because
Right.
I'm going to have to disappoint you now, right? And so I always feel like I'm letting everybody else down, but like I have to choose myself.
Yeah, if you give up an evening, your free evening, so they can get on this weekend, then you're not getting on or anywhere
Exactly.
near them. Getting on isn't even, on the agenda yet.
Yeah, I'm
And
trying to carve out time to even just like take a shower.
right.
I mean, yes, I went to Phantom of the Opera and Sleep Token, but those have been planned for months and years. Like I had to really fight for those.
Also, and you don't have to make excuses for doing something
Yeah.
recreational that is good for your mental health and isn't horseback riding,
Well, and I'm gonna die on this hill when I say like I don't know if I'm ready to face the horses yet, because like
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm ready to be that vulnerable yet without
Okay.
breaking. And I think that's
No.
part of it for me is like I'm my most authentic when I'm with them, and I don't
Mhm.
know if I'm ready yet, like mentally. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Now, what you can do, if you don't want to be alone with your thoughts with your horse, which is a place I find myself a lot, is you just listen to a little podcast while you're grooming. I do it all the time because I'll go out and I'll be like, la, 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 working with my horse. And then my brain will
Intrusive
catch
thoughts.
up. Yeah, my brain catches up and it's like, hey, do you want to overanalyze some shit for a while? And I'm like, no. And it's
Yeah.
like, do you want to freak out about like the future? Like, no. You know what I do want to do? Listen to a theme park podcast. And that's the only way to shut it
and
up.
distraction, right?
Yeah. I do it
Yeah.
all the time. It's the only way. Otherwise, it's like, oh my God, should we freak out about like our slide into fascism? Like, let's do that. Like, no, we're riding our horse right now. Screw it. Tell me more about Space Mountain in the 1970s. Go. Like,
I don't know if that's healthy.
it's
But it works
working.
for you.
My horse is getting ridden.
Well, and again, too, like I'm a little bit of an avoidant, right? In the sense that, like, I've been not hiding. I just haven't had the time, but I haven't been prioritizing that personal time with them because horses for me are a therapeutic way for me to connect and ground myself. And I told my trainer this very thing, and they've been so wonderful. Like, no pressure at all. They're like, they'll be here when you're ready. Like, but I was like, if I'm afraid that I'm going to have a nervous breakdown if I let myself like let all that go at once, and so like
Yeah.
nobody wants that. I don't need
I
that.
think I feel that way. I think a lot of times it's like reading fiction is what operates like that for me. And there are definitely times where I'm like, you know what? I can't read right now. I need scrolling. I need scrolling because
Yeah.
when I read, I go deep into my empathy center and I start placing myself in all these positions and working my way through them. And that's my primary grounding place right there. I think so much while I'm reading. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing. And sometimes I just go, ooh, not up to that. Thank you.
Let's step away.
Yeah. So I get it completely.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do think for a long, there was a long time that I was very disassociated and very shut down. Just like even before the divorce process, Um, and I think like I need to like come back a little bit at a time in order to do it in a healthy way and build myself back up.
Well, you got
That's,
plenty of time.
yeah. Well, that's the lovely thing is like I have people at the barn who love me and who love my horses, so like it's a safe place. So like I don't feel like I'm being pushed too hard, too fast. So
Yeah. Yeah, no one's breathing down your neck with a
no,
show calendar, for example. Not
no.
trying to make that money off of you.
No, not at all. And in fact, I told them, I said, I can't do the adult IEA team this year. And actually, they're not doing it at all. So I feel like I was the glue, but no, I'm just kidding.
Uh,
But, like life happens. And, just to be clear, the adult IEA team, one of them is having a baby. The other one, she's going back to school. And like,
oh, so adult things?
yes,
Exactly. Yeah.
And, and it's okay because you know what? Like, all of us get it.
Mm-hmm.
We're all there. We just need to give each other that little bit of a break.
Yep. Sometimes you need a push and sometimes you need a break.
Yeah.
And people have to recognize.
Yeah, and I'm in that break. And I think it's really healthy to take breaks when you need to, because if you don't, you're really edged towards that burnout. And then what happens, I've been seeing this a lot on social media lately, I've been meaning to make a little video, is like, if you feel like it's time to take a break from horses, take the break.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Don't put a time limit on it. You don't need to take 17 years like I did initially, but like, it's normal to take like a couple weeks off, a couple months off, a season off, even a year off. I think like you just need to listen to what your body needs because it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. And, you're going through different seasons with all of your, not just all of your interests, but sort of like who you are as a person. Like when I look at, I keep going, I'm going to show Ben, I'm going to show Ben. And I've gotten into exactly one show and then I keep having to push them back. And I have to look back at like, well, the past 2 years I have spent on this sort of intellectual adventure of revising and writing an absolutely absurd number of books and also learning an entirely new industry. And that's not a season that coincides with, showing a horse. Those are not the same thing. They don't overlap well. Now, if I have a season in a year's time or in 2 years' time where I just have to write one book and maybe like approve some stuff, and I can take some time off of that mental journey, then I can ride every day and I can look forward to going to shows and I can wrap my head around, oh my God, I have to braid. Because I'll be real honest with you, there are shows that are very close to me that I could just go to and be there an hour and come back again, and that would be great, but I have to braid, and that really kind of pisses me off because it's this extra layer of trouble that proves nothing and just makes it inaccessible for me. You know, it's like, oh, I put 2 hours into braiding.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
it's not
have
like
that.
you're gonna pay someone to come do it for like an hour's
No,
worth of showing.
and I just don't have that time or that energy to be like. But I could give my horse a bath and throw him on the trailer and drive over to the showgrounds and do a test and come back.
Sure.
It wouldn't take anything because he doesn't even like a lot of warm up at shows. Anyway, I know that from the one show I did. So, but the braiding part really pisses me off. Like, let's go ahead and get rid of braiding, okay? Like, or make it optional.
I
Like,
think it
let's
should be
just
optional. There's a
make
lot of
it
stuff I
optional.
think should be optional.
It should be just make it a little easier for people, okay? Because we're all stressed out.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But that's how I see it. It's like maybe Ben's not, I feel like, oh, he's like 15 years old or something. You know, what if I don't get to do much showing with them? Like,
What if?
what if? Does
What
that
if?
affect my enjoyment of this incredible horse that I love more than anything?
And he
No.
doesn't care about a ribbon.
No, it's not. It was never about him because he doesn't give a shit about anything.
Oh, he just wants the treats.
I want to show off on him because I know he's incredibly talented.
Right.
And he's beautiful to watch. And whenever people see him, they're like, oh my God, he has such gorgeous movement. And he's so small and flashy. And I don't know if I'll have another horse like that, but I will because horses are all great.
You know what you could do? You just take some videos and you post that shit on social media.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because like you don't have to prove anything to anybody. You just if you want to show them off, you show them off. Then that's what you post. You know, put
You're
'em
absolutely
in.
right.
Like why? You know, and it's funny. I actually had this epiphany this morning because I really have not been posting much to social media. Again, the bandwidth, and
Yeah.
I haven't been to the barn. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what's so funny? There's so many people that are like horse influencers or whatever you want to call them that actually post from like their room or their apartment and like they don't even have horses. They just talk about horses. Like just because I'm not at the barn doesn't mean I don't have something to say or something to share. And like, why am I focusing on that? Mind blown.
Yeah, people post from their couch all the time.
Yeah.
If the kind of post you want to make is because you have something to say, then yeah, you can just and the messier you are, the better, in my opinion.
The other day I posted just out of the shower in my hammock, so
I saw.
Yeah.
I was like, look at this. Girl's got a hammock. All you're doing is inspiring envy in all of us who don't have hammocks. Nobody's like, I can't believe she posted it from her hammock. They're like,
hammocking
damn,
is
bitch
a
has
real
a hammock?
thing, and it's how my mental health is being strung together currently.
Thank you for being a little weird with us, horse girls. If you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the podcast on your player of choice. Follow us on Instagram at Adulting with Horses Podcast, or even better, join our Adulting with Horses Clubhouse on Facebook, where you can become part of the show. Also, it's a great place to meet other horse crazy women. Thanks, and see you next time.